Joining me now is Gadi Adelman, a counterterrorism expert and advisor. Gadi, the Somalia-based terrorist group Al-Shabaab saying it was behind this attack. At least 11 people killed, one of them reportedly an American. Tell us about Al-Shabaab. What is their ideology? What is their motivation, if you will, for this type of attack?
Well, good evening, Michelle. Thanks for having me this evening. Al-Shabaab started in 2006. To quote them, their enemy is anyone that is the enemy of Islam. So, like many others, they gave allegiance, they pledged their allegiance in 2012 to Al-Qaeda. So they are part of Al-Qaeda right now. This is no small group. A lot of people think that it's strictly in Somalia or Kenya. They actually are very active in Mozambique, Tanzania, Yemen. So they're all over the world. This is, it's a whole Horn of Africa thing, but they're active. And last count, they have anywhere between 7,000 to 9,000 fighters.
Well, explore this idea of the links between Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda. What is the goal of this cooperation?
Well, the goal is the same as Al-Qaeda's goal, as you will find with most of these terrorist organizations that are Islamic terrorist organizations, and that is a global caliphate. Anyone that is not Islamic, and even those that are from Islam, if they don't adhere to the same Islam as, be it Al-Qaeda or, example, ISIS, then they are going to be an enemy.
Gadi, Kenya is a frequent target of terrorist attacks. Three big attacks come to mind. Perhaps one of the most severe and sadly memorable is the 1998 attack at the American Embassy in Nairobi. In 2002,
Correct.
there was the Mombasa bombing targeting Israeli tourists, and then the Westgate Mall attack in 2013. Those are some of the bigger ones. Kenya has been plagued by terrorism. Why is Kenya a target in particular in the African continent?
Well, you have to go back and understand that Al-Shabaab started during the Somali Civil War. And at that time, Kenya tried to crush them, along with the African Union, which was a peacekeeping force. This is why Kenya has become part of their constant targets. You mentioned the Westgate Mall. Very interestingly, and I've explained this to you before about how important dates and timing are when it comes to Muslim Islamic terrorist attacks, the trial for the Westgate Mall, those that survived, that were captured, just started yesterday in Nairobi. And also 3 years ago today, 3 years ago to the day, you had the Al-Shabaab attack on a Kenyan army base, part of the African Union in Somalia. So this date has a lot of significance, as does the timing.
Gadi, what can be done to tackle this?
It's the same thing that we have to do. It's intel, and actually, we can't handle this with kid gloves. We have to stop trying to be politically correct. When you're dealing with an ideology that wants to kill you, there is no handling it. That's the only way I can say it properly. You cannot handle it with kid gloves. When these people are captured, they have to either be jailed for life, never see the light of day again, or they have to, depending on the country and what their laws are, be put to death for terrorism.
Right,
and I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but you are not going to eradicate an ideology.
Right. And it's the same ideology that rears its ugly head all over the world. Gadi, as
Correct.
always, thanks for your time and your analysis.